start with the most standout anime of the spring 2026 season, and here are the top titles I have watched so far, saving the very best ones for last. Shout out to channel members you can see on screen right now. Let's go! This season brings along some real hidden gems that genuinely surprised me and others that honestly let me down. But here I bring you some of them. Let's kick things off with the first one. And I want to ask you a question. Do you like wine? I have an anime that just might interest you, one that has caught my attention. The anime is titled Drops of God. Shizuku is the only son of the world-renowned wine critic Yutaka Kanzaki, who ended up hating the world of wine tasting. When his father passes away suddenly, Shizuku finds himself dragged back into the world he despises. According to the will, whoever inherits the prized wine collection must be the person able to correctly identify all 12 apostles and the legendary wine known as the Drops of God. The problem that now arises is that he has a direct rival, Saito-min, a brilliant young critic that his father adopted just weeks before his death. Strange, right? The plot blends wine culture, family drama, and intellectual rivalry, turning every tasting into a psychological duel. The competition has rules, a time limit, and a charismatic antagonist. All the classic ingredients are here, but dressed in Italian linen with a burgundy glass in hand. You are going to want to watch this. I'll read you in the comments. We continue with the next title, and we do it with this anime that has emerged as one of the big promises of this season. I'm talking about Demons of the Shadow Realm, the anime from the creator of Full Metal Alchemist, whose beginning has been magical, packed with real power and presenting the story premise in one single powerful stroke, where we see the clash of two worlds, the modern and the ancient one. The story follows a young hunter trapped in a supernatural conflict after being separated from his twin sister Asa, in a rural village cut off from the world as we know it. This is somewhat similar to what happened with Shinji. Not exactly, but in this case, the siblings are the children who divide day and night, with a mysterious lineage that they will uncover step by step, with the right to control demonic powers in a fantastic world. So far, the first episodes have looked promising, and hoping it keeps improving. The animation shows real potential for the studio. But so far, the series does have certain elements that are cliché, and definitely end up disconnecting you from the work. However, we will give it a chance once this first part of the season wraps up. Now we move on to Akane. Now, this is a martial arts shonen, but one with absolutely no punches. It's not a story built around big action sequences, but a dramatic comedy centered on the daily life of its protagonist, although in some ways it really is a story of growth and revenge. The battlefield is the stage, the weapon is simply the voice. Thanks to a flawless narrative, it hooks you from the very first moment into the life of Akane and her family. The voice acting shines even more during the Rakugo performances. This anime is without a doubt one of the titles that has personally intrigued me the most. This is proof that a show doesn't need powers or swords to make you scream at your couch. It's the story of a girl who inherits an impossible emotional debt, her father's shattered dream, deciding to pay it back alone from zero in an art form few people respect, and that she'll turn into her weapon. It's an anime for fans of Haikyuu, Hikaru no Go, and other titles that can definitely intertwine a bit with that same vibrant energy this can generate for those who want a shonen that leaves you thinking. Then, Akane is without a doubt the ideal anime for you. Let me know in the comments if you're already watching this one. Now I want to show you another anime that has caught my attention. Although it leans on the family conflict formula, we're talking about Marriage Toxin. It's like a mix of Sakamoto Days with genuinely interesting battles, and it presents a dilemma right as the series begins, fusing romance with clan fighting involving people who have very particular special abilities. Its plot revolves around a young assassin expert in poisons who lives in isolation to save his sister from a forced marriage by his clan. He must find a wife soon, so he seeks the help of a cross-dressing marriage con artist that's just getting started. So let's give it the benefit of the doubt in this preliminary list of anime to watch in the spring 2026 season. Now we move to a title that goes by the name Hidarikiki no Iden. Here, the world presents us with an artistic narrative set in the year 1990. A young man named Koichi who wants to become a visual artist with an incredible passion. However, he runs into a massive conflict. His works are empty, they have no soul, and he faces the dilemma of not being born with the gift to give soul to things. Facing that realistic conflict, every artist knows while searching for their place in the world through art. In his story, we meet his father Eden, who does have the gift, but who at the same time refuses to use his art because he disagrees with art being turned into a corporate instrument that repeats patterns and generates money, leaving art without any soul, only seeking to turn it into a machine for generating wealth. The series takes us through many years, depicting workplace exploitation and how the system tramples again and again the art that once filled Koichi with passion, and we'll see if it crosses paths with his father's life to break the cycle that turns art into anxiety and depression as we gradually watch the years go by. Without a doubt, a title you cannot leave off your list. Do you relate to this story? Are you an artist? Let me know in the comments below. Moving on to the next one, Reincarnation no Kaben. This is an anime that steps slightly outside the typical shonen. Nothing new here, nothing that will truly blow your mind, but on the contrary, it offers a very attractive, well-built narrative, delivering a storytelling style quite fresh compared to everything else, and whose first episodes I found absolutely wonderful. Here, the plot revolves around two factions, and one of them involves truly evil reincarnated people. Our protagonist, who seemingly is one of the good guys, is a being in the style of Death Note's Light. He seems good, but won't hesitate to use everyone to steal their powers and achieve his goal. Simply a psychopath in the making. Keeps you in constant tension, and that's what I love most about this work. The protagonist only wants to achieve his goal no matter what the cost. The reincarnations here are interesting, featuring dictators, serial killers, and people who caused chaos in the world, reborn as powerful reincarnated entities. Simply a very interesting twist on the whole concept. The start has been strong, and the animation has held its quality. No doubt about it. Reincarnation no Kaben. It enters among my season favorites. Have you given it a chance yet? I'll read you in the comments. Now we move on to an anime that has impressed me the most visually speaking, the surprise of the season. Yes, none other than Witch Hat Atelier, an anime that follows Coco, a girl who dreams of becoming a witch but lacks any innate magical ability. After accidentally causing a magical tragedy while trying to copy a sorcerer, Coco becomes the apprentice of Kifri to master drawn magic and save her mother, an anime with truly splendid animation. This series has been 7 years in production, and because of that, we see a visual spectacle in every single detail. Every frame presents a world full of fantasy and magical creatures and the teaching of magical circles and their meaning, something we hadn't seen before in other magic-filled stories in the world of anime. If you love magical anime or you're a witch at heart, this anime can easily become one of your absolute favorites. It has adventure, a school of magic, and challenges in a new world to discover. It'll remind you of Little Witch Academia, which is one of my all-time favorites in the world of magical anime. Visually, it's stunning. The soundtrack is incredible, and every detail feels like a painting. It is simply an anime that will blow your mind with the sequences you are going to enjoy. Atelier is one of my favorites in these early episodes. With this spectacular animation and that soundtrack that transports you to this magical world, I have nothing negative to say about this work at all. So what more is there? Go watch it right now. You won't regret it. We keep moving, and now we head into Nippon Sengoku, Japan. It is complete chaos, brought on by nuclear wars across the world, natural disasters, and a government that could not solve the problems. Only 10% of the world's population ended up surviving. In the wake of all this catastrophe, as a consequence, they regressed in time. They went from the present into a feudal era that blends a bit of everything, but with no modern technology, a post-apocalyptic dystopia. What sets Nippon Sengoku apart from the very first episode is its visual richness and its impressive art direction that stands out with realistic character designs, detailed backgrounds, and experimental multimedia cuts unlike any other anime currently airing, giving it a truly unique artistic style, a work that makes you reflect and make decisions where doing the right thing matters more than your peace or emotional comfort. A semi-political dystopian blending Dr. Stone with Attack on Titan inside a post-nuclear feudal Japan. Perfect for anyone looking for something they've never seen before. It's definitely one of those hidden gems that is worth every single second, and you're going to give it a chance. Alright everyone, that's the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite so far. And of course, if you're watching something not on the list, let me know in the comments as well. Tell me which of the titles here is one of your personal favorites. See you in the next video, and don't forget to follow us on our social media, and I'll leave you with some videos here at the end that might interest you. See you next time!